Okay. Now I like to discuss with you, that is, what is the meaning of multivariate? Why do we say multivariate? Hello, students, please.
Sir, more than one variable is there.
More than one variable, then it is the bivariate.
Okay, more than two variables.
More than two variables. Any other? So suppose there are more than two variables, then why we will consider is a multivariate? Yes, please. Who will say? Why it is called multivariate?
Interaction between different variables we can explore.
What we can explore?
Analysis, principal component analysis, regression,
Latent phenomena.
latent, unobservable phenomena.
Yeah.
Multivariate compares two or more variables.
Any other? Any other? What is multivariate?
The linear weightage combination of a variable is known as variate, and when we study more than two variate, it is known as multivariate.
Okay. That means we are assuming that there will be the linear combinations of the multiple variables. Why we say linear combinations?
Two sets of data related to each other.
Okay.
And it is continuous.
Metric data.
Acha, aeroplane, boat, and bus. So these three variables are there. In one word, what will be?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
Three variables are there. Yeah?
Transport.
Transport, correct. So this transport is the multivariate. So when I say bus, that is the observed data. But when I say transport, that means it will be the multivariate in nature. Is it clear now?
So
Now
just once again, can you explain, sir?
Can you give any other example? Apple, banana, lemon. Fruit. So these fruits is the multivariate.
Right, sir. Animal can be.
Correct. Very good. Now you can understand.
So one variable containing several variables is multivariate.
Means
Yeah,
many
so
variables representing one unique quality.
yeah, it is the latent phenomenon. This is the latent. This is not observed. This is the latent phenomenon.
Right.
This is clear now?
Yeah. So, sir, it means that one observed variable including several latent variables. Is that
One observed variable with other observed variable, and we have to find out the latent relationship among the variables.
okay? Yeah, got it.
রসগোল্লা, পান্তুয়া, লেডিকিনি,
চমচম,
চমচম.
Sweets.
They are sweets.
All are Bengali sweets.
So if I say Singara, Rashogolla, and Nimki, what is the outlier?
Nimki is the outlier.
রসগোল্লা is the outlier.
Yes, Rashogolla is the outlier. Correct.
Sir, can you tell it again because I don't understand what are they, because I don't know them.
Have you ever taken Rashogolla?
Ah, yes, sir. Rasgulla and
Yeah. Rashogolla, Singara.
Oh,
I think it is
Singara.
samosa in our area.
Yeah, samosa. Right, samosa.
I
And
haven't
Nimki.
Oh, Rasgulla, Singara, Nimki. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely
namkeen.
Rasgulla.
Okay, namkeen.
Yeah, Nimkin.
Okay, means something which is having a odd man out, like a rasgulla is having a odd taste, so they are not namkeen. It is not namkeen.
So Rasgulla is the outlier because it is sweet. Okay. Now it is clear.
Yes, sir.
So in multivariate variable, there need to be latent relationship among
Yeah,
the
there will be
variables
some latent relationship among them.
among them.
And if there is any outlier, so that outlier, we can remove that outlier so that our latent relationship will not be affected.
Right.
Okay. By the presence of outlier, then what will be? The multivariate will be affected.
Sir, if it is, then I have a question.
Yeah. Sure, sure.
Okay, these bus, car, and bike both are transport.
Uh,
uh,
bus,
but
car,
is
and
there
bike.
any both are transport? But is there any mediating connection? But can we say that they are mediating variables?
No, there is no such mediating variables there because the three variables, they are related with each other with the
So transport.
concept. The concept is transport. So transport is the latent variable, and the observed variable is their bus, bike, and whatever the things are there. That means when we are thinking about the multivariate,
Okay.
then multivariate is also a variable. But within that multivariate, you will get the loadings of the observed variable.
Sir, that I did not understand. Many a times you have used this word loadings. But what is the
Yeah,
main
loadings means weightage.
weightage?
Yeah, for example, when you examine the patient, at that time, suppose I meet you as the patient, then what question you will ask me?
What is a complaint?
Correct. I am telling, okay, I am suffering from fever. Then
Then I will ask her or him from how many days, if there is any chills, if there are any other skin eruptions, any other complaint, headache is there or not.
okay, that means you are giving the weightage on this particular area.
Okay.
Whatever the symptoms, you are giving that weightage, first weightage. Okay. But other doctor may touch my head and may check my pulse. So that is their weightage.
Okay.
Okay, you will ask me several questions, but other doctor may not ask me several questions. Directly check my eyes, check my tongue, and the pulse rate, breathing pattern, all those things. So that is the weightage. This is clear.
Yes, sir.
And
These are
in a word, what I can say, this is called the medical examination.
okay.
So medical examination is the vector. And
Okay.
under this vector, there are several elements like examination of tongue, examination of eye, examination of my pulse. This is clear now.
So these are loading, sir.
These are some of the elements.
Okay. Elements.
Yeah. And each element has certain
Weightage.
level of loading. Because you are not checking my leg,
Okay.
but you are checking my forehead. You are
Okay.
checking my pulse. Because my complaint is related to the fever. So you are checking my eye, you are checking my tongue.
Okay.
Okay.
In that
Yes.
case, like in multivariate we have several variables.
Yeah.
Those are loadings, and they are having latent relationship, and there could be several latent relationship, right? I mean,
Hmm.
not one. Say, for example, in vehicle, if it is bus, car, and motorcycle, so they all are vehicle. There could be other relation, like they all use petrol, or like they all are made of steel or something.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So it is my name. I am assigning the name. This is the transport. Instead of transport, you are using vehicle. Okay. So it depends upon the researcher's own insight. So one major problem in multivariate is that the observed variable, the properties of observed variable, that cannot be understood. Because when I say transport, so transport includes several elements. Okay. So it includes bus, tram, taxi, ship, airplane, everything. So the weightage of all the elements or the parameters of all the elements. That cannot be understood. This is clear.
I didn't understand this point.
When you meet the
Last,
doctor,
yes.
suppose you are suffering from diabetes.
Okay.
What doctor will say? Please, you do not take sweet. And do you ask the doctor, that means you are telling that I will not take rasgulla, cham cham, ladikini. Do you tell?
Any kind of sweet.
Yeah. That means sweet includes several elements.
Okay.
So sweet, this name, as a researcher you have assigned. And after that, doctor also told you that is, please you do not take spicy food. Then again, when doctor says spicy food, then you have some idea about which foods will be the spicy.
Yes.
Okay, so here you have the two multivariate variables. One is the spicy food, another one is the sweet food.
Okay.
And if I say food, now when you return to your house, at that time your father asks you what doctor has told about your food. Father never asked you this question about the spicy food or the sweet. Father asks you about the food. So food is the multivariate. Food
Obviously.
includes the elements of spicy food. Food includes also
Sweet,
the
sweet
sweet.
food.
Yes. This is clear now. So that
Yes.
is the beauty of the multivariate.
Okay.
Now, in doctoral dissertation, usually we follow the multivariate nature of data. Earlier, when we do not have the computer facility, we do not have the statistical software. At that time, we were using the univariate data. Bivariate data. But nowadays, we are using the multivariate data. Why multivariate data? Because number of variables, they are affecting our behavioral pattern, our response pattern. Whatever our response, that response is determined by several variables. And those variables may or may not be related with each other. We have to explore whether those variables are related or unrelated. If they are related, whether that relation develop any linear combination of the variables or not. And whether this linear combination of variables, they are affecting our response or not. So that is the beauty of multivariate. Okay. Now we can think about several independent variables. For example, I am telling you attitude towards the school infrastructure. So school infrastructure includes classroom, washroom, book, classroom board, electricity facility, teacher. Okay. So there are several variables. And these variables they are associated with each other. So when you are studying the attitude, then the attitude includes several variables. For example, whether it is reliable, whether cleanliness maintained in the school, whether safety system is there. Okay, like that, there are several variables. And you have to find out those variables. How do you find the presence of those variables? How do you explore the variables? How do you explore the variables?
You have to take the responses.
Any other?
Observation, questioning.
Observation. Very good. Observation. First and foremost thing is the observation. Researcher's own observation. That is vital. So experimental method, observation method, survey method, interview method, clinical approach. So all those things, so there are different methods and techniques. Of each discipline. Therefore, you have to give priority on that method. When I visited Dhaka, I have seen high level of pollution on the street. Main road, high level of pollution. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. It's reduced.
Now it has been reduced. Okay,
It has
that's
been
good.
reduced after taking some actions, but still pollution is there.
Still pollution is there. And there are more number of cars, rickshaws, many rickshaws. And there are some CNG type autos, too much autos. Okay.
Yes. Those
And-
3-stroke vehicles are stopped, so pollution reduced quite a bit.
Okay. So this is my observation. And their people are very cooperative. They maintain very good fraternity. So this is my observation. My observation may be correct, may not be correct. So as a researcher, why do we study the multivariate? Because multivariate provides us the valid knowledge about the respondents, their frame of reference that can be tested through the multivariate. So sometimes the researcher thinks that this is the reason for certain problem. Okay. But when you do the research, specifically when you apply the multivariate statistics, then you may get the result which is not equal to your own assumption as a researcher.
So, like, if we hypothesize something, it can be accepted or rejected by multivariate.
Yeah. For example, another important part is you have to correlate properly. You have to justify, that is, whether your model is correct or not. For example, if I find more number of patients suffering from breathing trouble, and they are attending the hospital in Dhaka Medical College, then I can relate that possibly this is due to the high level of pollution. So this is my assumption. But when I have collected the data, then I have seen that it is not only the pollution, but also due to the lifestyle of the people. I have not thought about the lifestyle initially, but the result shows that lifestyle is also important variable. So that is the beauty of multivariate statistics. When you apply the multivariate model, then you can explore the new variable that you have not thought before. This is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir. That is the reason why we go for literature reviews and try to find what could be the other possible factors. And
Very
because
good. Yeah.
we may not, we can have assumed something, we can have our assumptions, but we may not know many other factors that could be, as you mentioned, that lifestyle. If we were not thinking of lifestyle, probably we were not capturing that variable in our questionnaire. So for that reason, we have to go for literature review, right, sir?
Correct, correct. So when we apply the literature review, when we apply our own observation, when we apply our own experiment, then we can find out best predictor. Best predictor. For example, the hospital visit. You want to study the hospital visit. And you have noted that is the predictive capacity is 80% for the lifestyle and the 60% for the air pollution. And 20% for the socioeconomic condition. So in your model, this is clear that the loadings of different variables for predicting the change in the dependent variable. So that is the beauty of the multivariate. Now I am requesting Farah, please share the screen.
So can you just repeat what you told, sir, just now? That is a very important sentence, I think. I did not just understand it.
Okay. Now in case of the multivariate, what we are doing, there is a set of predicting variable and there is a set of predicted variable. Okay. And when there are more number of predictors, then we have to find out the loadings of the predictors, the weightage of the predictors for predicting the change in the dependent variable. Here the dependent variable is hospital visit. And predicting variables are socioeconomic status, lifestyle, and perceived air pollution. So when you collected the data, then you have got this data that 80% weightage for the lifestyle, 60% weightage for the perceived air pollution, and 20% weightage for the socioeconomic status. Is it clear now?
So, sir, these different weightages which are coming, they are dependent variable?
No, they are the independent variables.
Okay, they are independent variables.
They are the independent variables. They are affecting the hospital visit. Hospital visit your dependent variable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is the beauty of the multivariate. Because you have not thought about whether socioeconomic condition, air pollution, and the lifestyle, which variables have more impact. But this study provides you the knowledge. Okay, now Farah is sharing. Is it clear to all of you? Is it visible? Hello.
Yes, sir, it is visible. I think she's sharing some R Studio screen.
Yeah. So initially it is the var1, that is the vector. This vector is empty cars $mpg. var2 empty cards $DRAT, var3 empty cards $DISP. So three variables are there. So this is the multivariate. Then I have created the vector variables equal to data.frame, and this frame includes var1, var2, var3. So three data are in the data frame. This is clear to all of you? Okay. Now is the describe variables. Variables is the vector, that is the data frame. So when you ask this describe, then you will get the central tendency. After that, you have to check, that is whether the variables, they are following the normality or not. Then you have to do the QQ plot per MF row equal to C1, 3. So that is the partition. So you will make the partition of the row variable of the row where one row includes three columns. Then the QQ norm variables $var1. Then QQ line variables $var1. Like that, you are considering var1, var2, var3. So all the variables, they are QQ plot. That means whether observed data and the hypothetical or expected data, expected normality and the observed normality. Sorry, expected normality and the observed data. To what extent they are matched, that can be understood through this QQ plot. After that, you have to check the multicollinearity. Multicollinearity, what is that? If we find that is these three variables, they are correlated with each other by 0.95 or 99. That means these three variables may be the same variable. Or these three variables, they are measuring the same properties. Therefore, their correlation is more than 0.9 or more than 0.95, like that. So this is called the multicollinearity. If there is any multicollinearity, then your multivariate statistics will be seriously affected. So for assessment of multicollinearity, we can study the Mahalanobis distance. So this is the Mahalanobis distance, and Mahalanobis distance provides you the knowledge about the outliers, whether there is any outliers are there or not. Okay. Now I am requesting Farah, please you select the first data and then run. Students, this is visible to all of you. So variables is the vector, and this vector includes the mean, median, trimmed mean, MAD, minimum, maximum, range, skewness, Cartesian, standard error of mean. All the things you have noted. Okay. Next. So this is the QQ plot. So this plot indicates that the variables they are following the normality, though some variables are little bit skewed, but almost all the observations, they are on the line, the straight line. So this is the QQ plot. That is whether your data follows the normality or not. After that, you have to do the Mahalanobis distance. Yeah, now you find that there is no outlier. So it is false. And this is the pairs variables. So these three variables, how are they correlated with each other? That is visible to all of you. So var1 is correlated positively with var2, but it is negatively correlated with var3. var2 also negatively correlated with var3. var3 means the variable. This is clear to all of you?
Sir, can you repeat this Mahalanobis?
Farah, please you share. This is the Mahalanobis distance.
What does this do, sir?
It actually gives you the knowledge about whether your linear combination of the variables, whether they have any outlier or not.
Okay, sir.
So if your Mahalanobis distance is greater than the threshold, that means outlier is there. But the result shows that there is no outlier. So it says false.
So, sir, this Mahalanobis distance present outlier in a graph?
No. Mahalanobis distance you have written, that is the, if you want to see the Mahalanobis distance, then Farah, please you write down Mahalanobis distance.
Yes, sir. So that is vector, I guess. So Mahalanobis is the
Yeah,
function.
Mahalanobis distance, that is the vector.
Vector.
So
That is a vector.
you
The
write down,
function,
yeah, and there
this
not
one is a
no, don't write equal to sign.
okay, sir. So enter.
Enter.
Okay.
So this is the Mahalanobis distance.
Okay.
So 32 data you got.
Right. So how are we getting, sir, the relation in the graph? It is showing positive correlation or negative correlation. That is
The graph indicates.
okay. Mhm.
The graph indicates. Now you can find out that is the variables, particularly var1 and var3. It is the negative. Observations, observed data are negative, because it starts from top to bottom, not from bottom to top.
Right.
It
Var
is
one,
not the straight line.
yes, var 1 and 3 negatively correlated, but var 2
Yeah.
and 3.
var2 and var3 also negatively correlated. var1 and var2, they are positively correlated.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
Hmm. Farah, you write down pairs.panels.
Yes, sir.
Pairs.panels. PAIRS. Dot panels. Bracket variables.
Sir, and
Enter.
so this is not there.
What happened?
So it's not coming. The spelling is right.
No, you can clean the data
Okay.
because it has the partitions are there.
This was so this one you are talking about, sir?
No. You go to this
So
your
line.
no, not the line. You clean the jhadu.
Okay, sir. Okay. So this one. Acha, sir, it is coming now. Now it is
Okay.
coming.
Okay. So this picture gives you the very clear idea about the
Here I can see
regression.
the outliers.
Yeah. Now you can find out var 3, var 2, and var 1, how they are related with each other.
But how the graph is working, I didn't understand.
Which one?
The pie chart actually. Var 1, var 2, var 3, the green parts.
There is no pie chart. It is the histogram.
Oh, sorry, sir.
This is the histogram.
Okay.
Okay, Farah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
But sir, the distribution are not normal. So in that case, don't we need a normal distribution of each variable if we want to see correlation or something?
It depends upon researcher's own plan. What the researcher will do, that depends upon the researcher, because the variable 3 is skewed in nature. So definitely it is positively skewed, variable 3. So you have to transform into the log, and after that you can check it.
Yeah, but if we do go with our choice, I mean, without making any transformation, so will affect our result, right, sir?
Yeah, that can affect your result. So you can transform the data. I have already told you how to transform the data.
Right. Thank you.
So my purpose is to tell you that is the assumption of multivariate statistics. So that part is over now. So now you have understood very clearly.
Sir,
Rashogolla, chom, singara, nimki. Eh?
Sir, in this Mahalanobis, when Farah typed that for in the R's console, when I typed, sir, it is saying could not find function call mean.
Because you have not created the vector, I guess, Dr. Amish. You have to see everything is there on the Google Classroom.
Okay.
Yeah, coding and everything is there. Because if you want to see that thing now, you have to create a vector. I have created a vector, Mahala, that distance wala. Then it will come. So in which vector you are putting this function, that also matters.
जो आपने टाइप किया था ना where 1 2 3 सब मैंने लिखा है.
हाँ, आपने वेक्टर क्या दिया था? वेक्टर क्या है आपका?
Mahalanobis underscore distance is equal to Mahalanobis variables, comma call mean in bracket variables, comma COV in bracket variables, comma. sorry,
और
bracket.
ब्रैकेट 2 टाइम क्लोज हुआ है, 2 टाइम्स।
हाँ
तो मे बी आपने कोई एक फंक्शन मिस किया होगा। आप
हाँ,
एक
वही
बार
लग रहा है।
गूगल, हाँ आप एक बार गूगल पे क्लासरूम में सारी कोडिंग है, उसको टाइप करके देखिएगा। देन अगर कोई एरर आता है देन विल सी। ओके
ओके।
ओके ओके।
Okay, Shubham Pandey, I have not talked with you about how many data you collected.
Sir, I have distributed the Google form today only.
Oh. So India, Bangladesh fight, only the Bangladesh is first.
Their
Mohammad,
indexes are good
Rafiur
than India,
Rahman,
sir.
eh?
Their indexes are good than India. That's why.
Index better. 21 data he collected.
Very fast.
Very quick, sir. Very quick.
During the class, one data included. Now it's 22.
Okay. Best wishes to all of you. I think everybody has understood multivariate statistics, the importance of multivariate statistics, the beauty of multivariate statistics.
Sir, I have a query regarding this multivariate normality thing.
Uh,
So, sir, like whenever you get time, sir, please just share some insights regarding Mardia's coefficient for multivariate normality testing.
In case of the multivariate, you are basically, what are you doing? You are developing the vector. Okay. That
Okay.
is the linear combination of several variables.
Yes, sir.
So that is the vector. And whether that vector has any outlier or not, that can be studied through this Mahalanobis distance model. If the Mahalanobis distance is greater than the threshold, that means there is some outlier. If it is not greater than threshold, false, then there is no outlier.
So if the outliers are there, sir, then we have to transform the data.
Yeah, you have to think.
Or remove them.
Yeah. Because you are the researcher, you know why the outlier is there, what are
Yes.
the underlying reasons. Is
Yes.
the presence of outlier justified or not? You are the researcher. You have to justify. I think now it is clear to all of you. What Farah has sent.
It's a link to other class. We have
Oh,
another
yeah.
class.
Okay,
Mona,
dear students, now you can leave.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Kavita will be there. Mona Lisa will be
no.
there.
Thank you,
Other
sir.
students can leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks.
Hamida Madam, Anthony, please you leave now.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night, madam. সাথীকে একটু জিজ্ঞাসা করবেন।
জি, অবশ্যই। Thank
Okay.
you.
বলো কবিতা, তোমার শ্রীকৃষ্ণের রথের কি হলো?
গুড ইভিনিং স্যার।
তুমি তো এখানে এতগুলো ঘোড়া নিয়ে চলেছো, সূর্যের রথ। এটা
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
সূর্যের রথ মনে হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
7টা ঘোড়া আছে।
So multivariant model we have used in identifying the COVID symptoms also, na sir?
COVID.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can. If there is any problem in uterus,
Yes, sir.
multivariate model is used.
Yes, sir. Yes, the uterus removal surgery, the sir, nowadays it is very common.
Yeah, in surgery.
Yes, sir. After 30, everybody is going for that. After 30 or 40.
Everywhere multivariate is important. Without multivariate, PhD cannot be done.
Yes, sir.
কবিতা ভাবছে তাই না কি করে মাল্টিভেরিয়েট করি?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
আগে থেকেই ভাবতে হবে এগুলো।
So this part is really interesting. Multivariant. The way you have explained, sir, it will encourage people to do research in future.
লেডিকিনি চমচম।